They said the dream is free, but the hustle is sold separately. We decided to go to Ladakh in the Himalayas on the Indian side and skate on some of the highest frozen lakes in the world and see what would happen.
Vishwaraj.
Sleeping Beauty हमारी.
Legend has it that ice hockey was brought to Ladakh in 1970 by the Ladakh Scouts. They cut blades, self-made blades, and hooked them up on their army shoes and went around skating on the pond, frozen pond, to play ice hockey. So it was for me an ideal place to start looking for the frozen lakes of Ladakh. Obviously now ice hockey has become really popular in Ladakh. It is at times more popular than cricket is within India, which is very impressive. I went out to seek blessings from the Shanti Stupa, which is in Ladakh on a little bit of a hilltop, and jogging up it and down was a good idea, it seemed. Shanti Stupa was built to promote world peace. Asking local players about the frozen lake and the frozen pond was an interesting experience, especially after spending such a prolonged time learning ice skating in Europe.
Skating at 3,000 meters, 11,000 feet. No, 3,300 meters? Yeah, 3,300 meters. Can I do a start? Hold on. Ready? Yeah.
It is still being played on a traditional frozen pond with modern equipments. Very few places in India have this facility available to them. Leh city is at an altitude of 3,524 meters or 11,562 feet. It is connected to National Highway number 1 to Srinagar. Leh city was the capital of Ladakh Kingdom, the northernmost region of the country of India. Ladakh is home to some of the highest mountain passes. So we met a very nice, cozy family. We met a very friendly, nice, wonderful family from one of the ice hockey players from the women's ice hockey team. They invited us into their homes, and turns out the father is also a musician and a performer. So for me, it was very interesting to see how the art and culture overlap sports. And this was a spectacular example of that. And we got to spend a wonderful evening with them, creating music, exchanging ideas, and visions for life. Of course, I knew that acclimatization is going to be very important. There is a whole civilization which lives from 3,000 meters and above for the whole year. Now, for me as an outsider to go there and actually get acclimatized and then go ice skating was going to be an interesting challenge.
start from. Ladakh itself for me was an inspirational place anyways. आप लोग जो कर रहे हैं यहाँ पे कैसे कर रहे हैं, आइस हॉकी वाले कैसे कर रहे हैं. So मेरा बेस तो इंडिया का ही है. यूरोप गए तो वहाँ पे जो अपना mental strength which you gain by doing what you do in the given circumstances and making the best of what you have where you have it. I think that's what makes you a good athlete or a bad athlete. Nobody can push you in a race. Nobody can block you. No. Start to finish alone. That is it. How efficiently can you use that time? That is what it's all about.
Wonderfully how heartwarming the mountain people are. More and more they inspire me. More and more time we spend here, more and more they inspire me. For the people living here, there's a constant battle they have with the weather, with the cold in the winter. But they strive, still they thrive, still they survive.
And they all skate already? Yeah. बच्चे सब skate करते हैं, coaching करते हैं.
See, Leh, we are in Leh because it is in India first of all, which makes it very special. There is an untapped pool of talent over here, of athletes and locations where we can train and do some incredible stuff. So that is one of the reasons, and of course I enjoy the mountains. I love the mountains, and especially like when I look around the Himalayan ranges, they are just so heartwarming. So that's why it was an obvious choice to come here, and luckily we could make this happen this year, and especially because it's the Olympic year and I have missed out on the qualification this year because of an injury. I was frustrated, I was sad, I was down, and I wanted to do something where I could still find myself. I want to relaunch myself and relaunch the campaign for the next Winter Olympics.
Not making it to the Olympics turns out was not the worst thing to happen in my life. Of course, in that moment it did feel like that, but you have to gather yourself, recalibrate your thought process, you recalibrate the way you think, the way you imagine, the way you perceive life in general. That's why we came to Ladakh. That's why I came to Ladakh with one of my best friends to explore the region, explore one of the highest frozen lakes in the world and go ice skating on it, to be able to finding myself.
7,688 feet. How many meters is that? I don't know. It's pretty high. You can feel the oxygen being a little less. But the snow over here used to be this high. Now, yeah, global warming and such. But it still has cold. Watch your lists.
There are small villages next to the Pangong Lake at this altitude where families actually stay. There is civilization there. Throughout the year, they have figured a way out to live with the nature where the temperature is minus 30 and the cold, and they are surviving and they are thriving. Pangong Lake, also known as Pangong Tso, is a beautiful lake situated in the Himalayas. It is 134 kilometers long, extending from India to China. It is situated at the height of 4,350 meters and it is one of the highest frozen lakes in the world. The diesel in our car was frozen. It was that cold, so our driver had to literally put fire under the car to melt it so that we could keep going or go back.
Very interesting feeling to have walking next to a frozen lake in India, because I can only relate to that in my head while being in Holland or being in Austria or in Sweden, where there are the lakes which freeze and where we go skating. But now over here at 4,200 meters in India, the place is spectacular. It's just amazing. Yesterday when we were filming, there was a weird sounds coming from the lake. I think the glacier was shifting, or I don't know what was happening, because it's really scary when it's really dark over here. So just check it out.